So, uh, why AI? Uh, the reason I ask this question is because most of the educators, they're really scared, even the parental community. And why I say that, during the pandemic, we saw a lot of devices come in to our hands of the children, right?
Yes.
And education and the delivery of education, which seemed to be a very far-fetched idea for a device to be in an Indian student's hands, specifically in a CBSE context, that suddenly became a reality, right?
Yes.
But the issue of screen time was always a big trouble, that was looming in parental communities' heads, and the teachers were thinking that, too much screen time. They were only grappling that reality. And now is this new uh, technology of artificial intelligence suddenly, is just taken over the whole conversation across the world, across the sectors, and our sector is no different. Especially when there is so much uh, skepticism about AI. Why do you think you decided to jump into AI and bring that technology in schools?
Oh, that's a very interesting question. If you look back to the beginning of time, maybe in terms of innovations that have been happening in the world, um, when the radio was when it first came into existence, people started saying, or the telephone came into existence, people started saying it's a distraction, and it's difficult to use, and or people are too completely stuck to using the telephone all the time. They're on the phone every time. Then the radio came in, that became a fad of its own. Then the TV came in. Every technology, every such transition, even when social media came in, we started worrying that people are spending too much time on Facebook or later on Instagram and other tools. So every technology shift in terms of being able to either, in terms of entertainment, in terms of communication, etc., creates a corresponding drive or of consumption from all parts of society. Education is no different an area, and therefore, even when we have seen the rise of the internet, search engines, digital media, Facebook, in COVID times, we saw the adoption of digital classrooms like never before. Everybody went online because there was no option to do that. There was before COVID, nobody really wanted to do online learning so much. But after COVID, we had to all get skilled in the use of technology very, very quickly. I remember at Akash, I was spending, we had 250 odd centers across India and about 2.5 lakh students, and how to get them on their classes. And it was a time critical thing because the exams would not wait. So how to get them on and train everybody, including the students, the parents, and the faculty, to get on board very quickly and resume regular academic work. It was a big challenge. But what that showed us was that there's a resilience of this profession to adopt new technology. It's not that this technologies cannot be adopted by at a large scale by the profession. And so AI is the next big inflection point, I would say. And in my opinion, the first, everybody is skeptical about new technologies when they come out. So you would naturally expect a lot of fear or anxiety or all kinds of myths created or misnomers created
Because
about.
it's unknown.
It's unknown because you're experiencing it for the first time. And then there's the digital divide, there is the generation gap, and therefore there are many different opinions and thought processes. But it is not a new phenomenon. This entire churn or change is not a new phenomenon by any stretch of imagination. And so we must, all of us, deal with it like that. That there is a change that has come in, and how can we most effectively and efficiently leverage what is good in that and protect ourselves from what is bad. Take the example of e-commerce. It's so good to have an efficient system for e-payments, but we know the number of frauds that exist today. Every day we hear of stories of those kinds. So there will be a good and there will be a bad, and we have to help balance the two things with every wave of innovation that comes in. And this is not going to stop. This is only going to improve.